白い花を持ってこないで。私、赤いバラが好きなの。次やったら首をはねるよ。
Why hello and welcome back everyone. Today we continue playing Chapter 1 Part B. So let's just get right into it.
Data はどう?
What are the results?
コンビクトはどちらも M 値が高いわ。能力の使用中はさらに大幅に値が上がっていたけれど、今は
Both sinners had high M values which increased significantly when they used their abilities, but now
不思議なことに初期レベルまで下がっているの。
incredible. They are already back to the normal level.
愛、それは本当なの？共同病は本当に治ったの？この人の枷は本当に共同病を制御することができるの？
Hiram, is this true? Has the mania actually gone down? Can this person's shackles really control mania?
それは明らかにするのが私の仕事よ。
I'll find out.
アイン先生、確率が。
Dr. Iron! The isolation ward!
Iron stands up with a serious but unsurprised look as she pushes the hospital bed with you, lying paralyzed on it.
一緒に来て。緊急手術よ。君の力が必要なの。
Let's go. Come to the emergency surgery with me. I need your ability.
クリニックの地下には無数の指導の亡骸が隠されていて、表には出てはいけない研究が行われている。所長のアインはさまざまな禁忌の手術を開発することに熱中し、狂気でシンジケートの人たちの心を歪めて洗脳する。
The hospital underground hides countless corpses of dead soldiers and shady experiments. The medical director Iron is crazy about some forbidden surgeries to distort the patient's minds. Is the so-called emergency surgery the forbidden surgery mentioned by Ted?
What surgery?
人を救うための手術よ。
Surgery to save a patient? She sneers as if she knows what you are thinking, then drags your hospital bed forward. Oh, jeez. Well, this place knew better days, I guess. Well, that goes for the entire syndicate, but still. What are these black things? Holy hell. They feel like wires. But they're also spikes. Ugh, creepy. After passing through the wards and entering the basement, a heavy door is pushed open. The painful, hysterical grounds, the foul odor, and the smell of disinfectant in the isolation ward instantly overwhelm your senses.
症状のある者は全員送り込んだ?
Are all the patients with symptoms here?
はい、728号は域地に近づいています。
Yes! Number 728 is close to the threshold!
わかった。では隔離室を閉鎖して防音を確保して誰も近寄らないようにすること。
Okay. Secure the isolation ward and make sure it's soundproof. Don't let anyone come near. The door slams shut with a thud. Iron puts on a mask and quickly sterilizes her prosthesis. Then she nods at you. Now you can move. It was a small hidden room about 80 square feet big. Dozens of gangsters are lying down twistedly. They are mostly Ted's subordinates. They are strapped to the hospital's bed. Under the influence of mania, they are laughing and howling monstrously and struggling until their bodies become a bloody mess.
あい！悲願のクソマじゃ！おとなしく遺産と人を渡せ。さっさとしないとお前らを殺すぞ！
Eren! The Salva Witch! Hand over your men and inheritance, or the boss is gonna kill you!
このボロいクリニックをぶっ壊して、あのヤブ医者どもを殺して、お前とあのコンビクトの看護師長も。
I'll crash your crappy hospital and kill all your pretentious bastard doctors, and you and that sinister. Eren slaps the gangster on the face and seals his mouth. At this point, the doctor's glares were sharper and colder than his scalpel.
黙りなさい、三下。手術台は好き勝手に騒げる場所じゃないの。
Shut up, loser. The operating table isn't a place for you to go nuts.
次の手術の担当は私よ。全員、私の指示に従うように。
I'll be in charge of the operation. Everyone, follow my command.
728の神経に干渉し、共同病の進行を遅らせる。その隙に、君は728に枷をかけて。
I'll tamper with 728's nerves and delay the spread of mania. While you use the shackles on 728, Chief.
コンビクトたちは戦闘準備。ここに隔離されているのは共同ばかりだ。いつ暴走して暴れ出してもおかしくない。
Sinners, get ready for a fight. All of those isolated here are maniacs. They could go manic and attack us anytime. Okay, so what it looks like to me... Potentially there was a misunderstanding between them and the gangsters. And they are trying to find a way to cure mania. And that's why Anne was so shocked to find out that our shackles were able to do it. Were able to suppress it at least. And the so-called experiments are just taking the people who are already too far gone and would die without any interference and try their luck with them, I guess. You want to heal mania? Ted says Salva is using it after mania.
共同病が人を歪めるなら、医師は人を正常に戻す。それが私の役目。
Mania distorts humans, while doctors help to restore their sanity. This is my duty.
共同病は不可逆の病だ。遅かれ早かれ、最終的には指導に落ちる。たった一人の例外が君。
Once a person is infested by mania, the mutation will only ever worsen, and eventually turn them into corruptors. But you are an exception. Of course we are.
君の枷に支配されたコンビクトの M 値は非常に安定してるわ。おかげで、彼女らの共同病は完全に封じ込められている。
Those sinners controlled by your shackles have very stable M values. Their mania is suppressed completely.
そして、君自身もこれほどの大流行を経験していながら感染していない。君こそが共同病の治療の鍵よ。
And you have experienced so many outbreaks of mania, yet still haven't been infected. You are the key to healing mania. On one hand, good, they seem like good guys. On second thought, maybe we shouldn't let them just run their experiments on us. Just a thought, just a thought.
よし手術開始
Okay, let's start the operation. Because who knows what they might do to, find a cure.
コンビクトたち周囲を警戒し君たちの局長を守りなさい
Sinners, be on your guard. Protect your chief.
いいぞいいぞいい気分だ力が湧いてきて俺がお前たちを殺す殺す
Great. I feel great. I can feel the power surging in me. I'm gonna kill him. You press down 728's arm. Your hand is scorching hot, but this isn't the feeling of shackles. He is different from sinners. When binding sinners, you can always hear some voice from the shackles, a cry from the dark. Yet you feel nothing but a dangerous mess in 728. Your consciousness seems to be sucked into a swiftly sinking black hole. A turbulent vortex begins to tear your mind.
邪魔するんじゃねえもっとだもっとよこせ
Don't get in my way! Give me more! His veins suddenly bulge and he breaks free from the chains. He then picks up a red vial and crushes it with a hysterical laugh. The red liquid quickly enters his skin. The man's face quickly distorts, while his smoke-filled mouth jets out to reshape his flesh.
自由だ俺は
I am free! Swoosh! Before he mutates completely, a cold gleam slides across his hand. He freezes, then tumbles onto the ground and stops moving.
私の診療所であんなものを出すなんてどこまでも狂った連中
How dare he touch the stuff in my hospital? What a bunch of lunatics.
抑えた
Is he under control?
いいえもう手遅れのようね
No, it's probably too late.
はいこっち様子がおかしい人がいる
Iron, this way! He doesn't look right!
Ooh, hello. In an unexpected place, an old man is mutating. He is just an ordinary civilian, trembling and twitching with wide eyes in bed, while his body emits clouds of black smoke.
もううんざりなんだどうしてこんなことに
Enough! Why did it happen?
ジェイミーが死んだ何もしていないのに どうして
Jamie's dead. But we did nothing wrong. Why?
728が崩壊した衝撃で他の患者にも影響が出たよね。
The collapse of 728 created a massive impact, which now affects some other patients.
落ち着いて、そのことは一旦忘れるの。
Stop! Stop thinking about that! Calm down!
どうして
An interesting detail, too. She told him not to think about it. So him thinking about something tragic, something that brings him agony, something that crushes his spirit, is what makes him break. From what we can tell, at least. His body swells as he wails and injures the patients around him, eventually turning into a corruptor before your very eyes. You eliminate all the corruptors and end up with only 14 humans left, all of whom are shaken to the core.
局長、大丈夫？
Chief, are you okay?
You feel dizzy after facing off the corruptors on the operating table. Your ears ring while conflicting emotions scream in your head. Then you finally throw up.
もう二度とカセで暴走している共同に接触しないで。あなたはその負の感情に耐えきれない。
Please don't use the shackles on Mania that are going manic next time. The mental burden is way too much for you.
今のは君のカセが反応したのかしら。コンビクトの時のように。
Did your shackles react? Like to the sinners? It's Iron. She looks down at you, but you can't read her emotions.
They are different, but I can't put my finger on the differences.
そう。
I see.
手術は失敗。カセはコンビクトにしか通用しない。私たちは新たな治療方法を考えなくてはいけないと。アンにそう伝えて。
Tell Anne that the operation has failed. The shackles only work on sinners. We need to find a new treatment plan.
少し頭を冷やしてくる。次の手術の準備もあるから。
Let me clear my head for a bit and get ready for the next operation. Well, she gave up relatively fast on the idea. At least she is not going manic over trying and again and again and again, going insane. She's like, okay, well, that didn't work. Let's move on. She approaches you and raises her mechanical arm, but this time she simply wipes the bile off the corner of your mouth with a warm wet towel.
君もよ。休みを取りなさい。共同病がまさか君にまでダメージを与えるなんて想定外だったわ。
You too, Chief. Get some rest. I was wrong. Mania can hurt you too. Would you look at that? That is so considerate. Her voice sounds stiff, but not hostile. Perhaps you are no longer enemies after going through a failed operation together. But you have many questions for her. About Suspect R.
なるほど。 悲願が攻撃されるのはあの子が理由なのね。
I see. So she is the reason why Salva got attacked?
どこから来たのか、コンビクトであるかどうかは関係ないわ。傷を負った人間が悲願の前で倒れていたなら、その患者を治療するのが私たちの義務。
I don't care where she's from or if she's a sinner. It's our duty to take in and treat a person covered in wounds, lying in front of the gate of Salva. Interesting. Interesting that she understood who we are talking about, but I guess if a very suspicious person comes and, you know, asks for help, she would take note of it. But clearly they aren't very associated with each other.
彼女を調査しようが逮捕しようが構わない。君には借りがあるから。ただし、彼女が目覚めてからにしてちょうだい。
You can investigate or arrest her. I owe you one, but it will have to be after she wakes up. Oh, so she's asleep and you know where she is. Ooh. Interesting. I would have thought that they would make it so that she feels like out of our reach. But we know that things aren't going to be this simple. But they still give us the illusion that, oh, she is there. She is in your reach.
治療の邪魔をすることは決して許さない。
I won't allow anyone to hinder our treatment.
あとは何も言わずに私たちを敵として見るのはきっとまた他の理由があるのよね。
What else? There must be more. There must be more reasons for you to treat us as enemies, right? She turns to you with a cold sneer. At least she's honest. At least she's honest.
あの男から何を聞いたのかしら。
What did that man tell you? You brainwash and control the gangsters. Salva collects corruptors to use Mania. ... You know what? She has been rather genuine with us. At least from what we can tell so far. Maybe it's a trap. But at least I trust her more than Ted. So I might as well. If I were to choose one, brainwashing and control gangsters, that's... I'm more interested in collecting corruptors and using Mania.
あとは
And what else? Oh, okay. She's taking every answer out of me.
まだそんなことを言っているの？
It's always the same stuff.
なら教えてあげるわ。今回の共同病はコンビクトとは無関係よ。今日のこの瞬間も共同病の出所は誰も掴んでいないわ。
Let me tell you, this mania has nothing to do with sinners. Until today, no one knows exactly where mania comes from.
何年も前からシンジケートの地では蔓延していた。
It has been spreading in syndicates since many years ago. Mania crystal. She puts a vial containing red liquid into your hand, which looks very similar to the red liquid that triggered 728's mutation. Mania crystal. A small vial of strange red liquid. That is Mania crystal. The specific components are unknown. Once injected, there is a very high chance to immediately activate Mania and speed up the mutation. Interesting. PR20105 Rev.A12. I wonder if it's possible to read that small text. looking at that red liquid, it reminds me kind of plague ink.
共同結晶、液体、成分不明。人体に注射すると共同病を引き起こし、異変を加速する効果がある。
Mania crystal. Liquid. Unknown composition. It triggers mania and accelerates mutation once injected into the human body.
マフィアたちの間でかなり流行っていて、これを手に入れるため殴り合いの喧嘩もしていた。
This is highly sought after in the gangs. They even fought each other for this. Why?
共同病の異変はマフィアの連中が一番欲しがっている力をもたらすからよ。
The power that the mania mutation brings is what the gangs crave most.
今回もそうでしょ？
Is it the same this time, right?
あの連中は管理局から逃げ出したコンビクトが遺産か何かを持っているとの情報を聞いた。そして彼女なら共同病を制御できると思い込んで、ハエのように悲願の前に群がってきた。
They thought that sinners escaped from the bureau had some inheritance to control mania, so they came to salvage us like annoying stinky flies. What about you? What do you think of this power?
私はマフィアではなく医者よ。力なんかに興味はないわ。
Me? I'm a doctor, not a gangster. I'm not interested in power.
考えていることは共同病を撲滅することだけ。
All I want is for mania to disappear. Hey, would you look at that? You and Ted aren't so different after all, huh? That is to say, if we believe him or her. There is a fire in her silver pupils, which makes you quiver. Well, she seems quite genuine, at least, with her emotions.
ここで私は毎日数十もの命を救い、新しい手や足を作り、立ち直る希望を与えてきたの。
I save a dozen lives a day in this dump. Give them new arms and legs, and strength to stand up straight and live on.
なのに、その手や足は逆に暴力を振るう道具になってしまった。私がかつて救った者たちが私の診療所に乗り込んで人を殺したわ。
But I gave them arms and legs to slaughter more frantically. The people I saved rushed in to kill in my hospital. The phrasing here is a bit strange, but I guess it's a translation error.
普通の傷や病は人の体を侵すだけだけれど、共同病は彼らの心を歪める上に怪物並みの力を与える。この力のせいで彼らは数えきれない暴行を犯した。まったく吐き気がするほど悪趣味な病だわ。
Injuries only destroy the body, but mania destroys their mind. Gives them a power of a maniac and causes countless tragedies. What an evil this is.
私はこんなものに負けない。医者として必ず撲滅する。
I will not lose to something like this. As a doctor, I will make it disappear. Dude, I love the voices in this game. They sound so deep. Ugh. She does seem more clear-headed than any gangster you've ever met. In fact, the entire Salva seems incredibly normal and righteous. But these words alone can't resolve all your doubts. Where does the power of sinners come from? I have witnessed sinners manipulating mania myself. Talking about the girl. Where does the power of sinners come from?
君も自分なりに考えているのね。そう。私たちの力は確かに共同病から得たもの。しかも、一般的な共同よりはるかに強い。
You do have some sense. You're right. Our power comes from Mania, which is even stronger than the Maniacs. Okay, our power, which means Iron is a sinner, and we know that Anne is also a sinner?
けれど、それは私たちが自らその力を求めたのだとは言えないわ。
But that doesn't mean that's what we want.
ついてきて。コンビクトは一体どういう存在なのか、自分の目で確かめなさい。
Come, see with your own eyes what sinners really are. Well, that's a jump cut.
鎮静剤を投与しなさい。早く。
Tranquilizer! Quick!
M 値1632、1637。お願い。早く安定して。
M value 1632, 1637. Please stop soon.
Back in the ward at the start, a commotion is happening. Layers of blockades are imposed. The young girl is bound to the hospital bed, struggling in pain. Jesus Christ. Ugh. This is the first time you hear her voice. Yet it's constant, hysterical grounds. The young girl was being torn by something, tearing up by the wounds on her body once again. Blood soaks the hospital bed. The whole scene is appalling. So, that's what it's like to be a sinner, huh?
私の手を握って、深呼吸して、話を聞いて、意識をしっかり、感情に流されないで、諦めないで。
Take my hand. Breathe and listen to me. Stay awake. Don't let this take you away. Don't give up.
God, this is so tragic.
あれは悪い夢。ただの夢なのよ。目を覚まして、私はここにいるわ。今、あなたの手をしっかり握っているから。お願い、戻ってきて。
It was just a nightmare. It's not real. Wake up. I'm here holding your hand right now. Waiting for you to come back.
目をそらしてはダメよ、ミノスの局長。君は共同病やコンビクトの結末を知る必要がある。
Don't look away, the Chief of Minos. You must understand Mania, the end of sinners. She makes some adjustments to the equipment and watches the data change.
マニアの本質は力や異変ではない。不可逆的な精神の暴走よ。
Mania isn't power and mutation. It's an irreversible mental breakdown.
普通の人間は M 値が200を超える共同病には耐えられない。98.4% の感染者は精神が崩壊し、力に支配された怪物、指導になり果てるの。
Normal humans can't endure an M value above 200. 98.4% of the infected have a mental breakdown and turn into monsters with power. Corruptors.
しかし、コンビクトは発見された時点で M 値が少なくとも600を超えていた。その原因は未だに不明。
But The M values of sinners are at least 600 when they are found. The reason remains unknown.
理性を保ったまま人の姿を維持し、限界値をはるかに超えた共同病の異変に耐えた。そしてそれによってさらに強い力を手に入れたの。
They have endured extreme mutations while retaining their sanity and human form, and even gaining stronger power as a result.
けれど与えられた苦痛が消えるわけじゃない。
But it doesn't mean they don't suffer.
一度刺激を受ければ共同病はさらに深刻さを増す。より強い力とともに絶望、恐怖、悲しみ、狂気、あらゆる苦痛がその体を苛むの。
Triggers can worsen their mania, which not only brings stronger power, but also deeper fear, sorrow, despair, stubbornness, and madness.
そうして追い詰められて限界を超えた時、彼らも他の共同と同じように精神が崩壊するわ。
Until they can no longer endure it and break down like any maniacs.
その崩壊寸前の共同が引き起こす精神的汚染が共同病の蔓延を助長する一因となっているの。
The mental contamination which bursts when they get to the threshold is the main cause of the escalation of the plague.
彼らが限界に近づくほどその存在自体が集団的恐怖や恐慌を引き起こし、汚染範囲を拡大させていく。
The closer they get to the threshold, the more they spread fear and madness, which escalates the disaster.
それが本人の意思やコンビクトであるかとは無関係にね。
It has nothing to do with the person's willpower or whether the person is a sinner. The young girl starts wailing again, while her wounds start to emit faint black smoke.
あれが崩壊する兆候よ。彼女はもう限界だわ。
This is a sign of a breakdown. She has reached her limit. Whoa. Okay, let's not go that far. Aren't you going to save her? She deserves it, damn. Okay?
できないわ。共同病は不可逆と言ったでしょ。それに誰かが彼女を監視している。
I can't. Mania can't be reversed. Besides, someone is monitoring her.
彼女の体を検査した時にはその体内にすでに汚れたものが埋め込まれていたの。
I've examined her. Something nasty has been implanted into her body. Could that be somewhat related to Hella's situation? We don't know whether or not there was something implanted into Hella, but she was artificially created through experiments. And this, if she has been injected with something by someone, she must also be an experiment of some kind. And maybe the reason she attacked us that time is because someone ordered her to do so. Because the explanation we got before was, oh, you are the enemy of every sinner because you have the shackles and they don't want to be shackled. Well, she just kinda appeared out of nowhere.
彼女の心臓の外側に制御装置のついた遠隔操作カプセルが植え付けられているわ。その中には共同結晶の液体が詰まっているの。
A remote-controlled capsule with a safety trigger was attached to the outer wall of her heart, which contains liquid mania crystal. Fuck. Oh. That means someone groomed a kid and operated on their hearts, planting Mania crystal there. Oh, that's so messed up.
それが起動もしくは取り外そうとされたらカプセルが弾けるようになっている。そうして彼女を一瞬にして指導に変えてしまうでしょうね。
The capsule dissolves when a signal is received or someone tries to disable the device. In her current condition, this dose is enough to transform her into a corruptor instantly. So they control remotely. So there is always a risk for her to transform into a corruptor at any moment in time if someone just presses a button. So she is basically on someone's leash.
彼女の体には古い傷跡がたくさん残っているわ。彼女を苛み続け殺人兵器に仕立てようとした者たちの証拠がね。
She has many old wounds, which suggests she has been abused and domesticated into a weapon. Disgusting. We did not get information from Hela about any kind of operation going on her. They were just kind of feeding her shit, potentially making her drink Mania crystals. Although there is a chance that she doesn't remember there being a plant. There is a chance she doesn't remember there being an operation on her heart. But if it is a different method that was used on Hela, that means it's not the same as the organization that did that to Hela.
彼女が君を襲撃して重傷を負い瀕死になった時自力で悲願に助けを求めるしかできなかった。
When she almost died, she had no choice but to crawl to the door of Salva to seek help. Her master doesn't care if she dies. How much longer can she last?
わからない。過去にこの状態になった患者はもって6時間だった。けれど彼女の場合はもう3日を超えているわ。
I don't know. Based on past cases, this state can last up to 6 hours, but she has lasted at least 3 days.
悲願に入ってから彼女はもう何回もこの状態になったわ。けれどその度に持ち直してきた。
This has happened many times since she arrived at Salva, but she has made it through each time.
よっぽど怪物へと落ちたくないのね。
She doesn't want to turn into a monster. And how did you guys become sinners? Why are you telling me this? You need the shackles. I wanna choose all of these. I'll be empathetic here, and we'll say that you guys need the shackles to prevent further suffering. These words are slightly awkward, but as Iron said, the shackles can suppress mania in sinners and avoid the disaster. Perhaps this could be a solution. It's like offering to put them in jail, but also it's like it's potentially a better alternative. Which kind of reminds me of immunodeficiency. When people are forced to stay at home in a very sterilized environment, sometimes even in bubbles, unable to interact with the outside world. And it's basically like a cage. But it's there to keep them alive, you know? Prevent the suffering. It just kind of reminded me of that.
悲願の実力を見くびらないでほしいわ。たかだか共同病程度。私やアンにとっては大したものではないもの。
Don't underestimate Salva. This mania isn't a pressure from me and Anne at all.
私たちはすでに自分の道を決めているわ。それは決して君の管理局とは相入れない道。
We chose our own path a long time ago, and the path certainly doesn't lead to your bureau.
余計な手出しをするようなら一生義手に頼らざるを得ない体にするわよ。両腕とも最高級品のね。
If you interfere, I'll make you live on a top-notch pair of mechanical arms for the rest of your life. Damn, okay. Gotcha, okay. She's like, bitch, I don't need you. We got this. I like her confidence. And she's being honest. She's not trying to use us, at least. You know? She shows her mechanical arm with a faint smile. The cold gleam gives you chills. Beep, beep, beep. The equipment rings. Iron quickly extends her mechanical arm and walks towards the young girl.
では手術を開始します。もし彼女が今回も耐えきれたなら直接本人に聞いてみましょう。
Yosh, gotta get to work now. If she wakes up this time, ask her the rest of your questions yourself. Damn. She has already calmed down. Perhaps she's just enduring the pain, or simply too weak to move. Her face was pale, and her hollow eyes stare at the ceiling. You can ask your questions now. She can no longer pose any threat to you now. Why did you want to kill me? Did you fail your mission? Did they abandon you? He is just using you. It isn't a silence from refusal to answer, but the dead silence and emptiness of someone who has lost everything. This is a soulless look that no sinner has ever had. They are dangerous, stubborn, narrow-minded, intimidating and unpredictable, but never so lifeless. Are you willing to be used as a tool? What are you persisting for? I feel so bad. She was threatened by Mania. If you use the shackles on her, can you free her? Can you save this sinner? Touch her and use the shackles.
Dame, 局長。彼女の共同病による暴走は止められない。あなたでも耐えきれるレベルじゃない。
Don't, Chief. Her mania is already out of control. Even you won't be able to take it.
もう手遅れだ。
She's beyond saving.
まあ、そうおっしゃらないで。
The handprints are so creepy. God forgive us. God in quotations. Ugh. Please don't say that. Anne lifts the curtain and enters. Despite the dark circles under her eyes, the smile on her face is as gentle as always.
患者自身も諦めていないのに、私たちが先に諦めてどうするんです？
How can you say such discouraging words when the patient hasn't given up yet?
いつか共同病が治療できる病気になると、ここの医師も患者さんもみんなが信じています。それが悲願です。
In Salva, both the doctors and patients in this hospital believe that mania will be cured one day.
この子もそうです。希望を失った人はあんな苦痛には耐えられないはずなのに、この子は今まで耐えてきました。
This kid is no exception. A person who has lost their hope simply can't endure torture like this. Yet she perseveres until now.
I can see where she's coming from. Like, this is practically a miracle. They expected her to die a long time ago, but she has been holding on and not dying. Which means they believe in her. Anne holds the girl's lean, frail hand.
きっと戻りたい場所があるんでしょう。そこには大切な人がいるのかな。きっと会いたいはずなんです。
You must have a place you want to go back to, right? Is there someone you cherish there? You must want to see them very much.
偉いわ。あなたは元気になるから。私はずっとあなたのそばにいるから。
Well done. You'll get better. I'll always be here for you.
Does anyone else get a feeling like this is just too good to be true? Like, this place feels like a safe haven in such a chaotic syndicate. Her words are soft and determined, but her shoulders are shaking so slightly.
今度こそ私があなたを助けます。
This time, I'll save you.
This time implying that she did not manage to save someone in the past. The gray-haired girl remains silent, but her gaze is no longer fixated on the ceiling, but on Anne. The frail hand trembles and holds Anne's hand back. Oh, God damn it.
クリニックが攻撃されています。あのマフィアたちがまた。
The hospital's under attack! Those gangsters have returned! Well, now, this will be our cliffhanger for this time. I think we don't have much left now until the end of the chapter. There's gonna be a lot going on, obviously, but I will try to manage to stuff everything in one episode. It depends. Unless it takes like 2 hours, in which case I will just split it down the middle, but we'll have to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Toodles.